An opening scene. A woman in an armchair. She speaks to somebody. About someone. The first thing that pops into your head is how cozy this room is. The screen is predominantly orange. It gives a sense of safety, peace. There is a fireplace. That's how a nice living room looks. However, the very next shot takes us to a strikingly different area, and we are assailed by a bright cold light. It seeps into the room through the window. Then we observe the daily routine of our main character, Reynolds. The woman from the first scene talked about him. The routine is rigid, almost mechanical. Almost every little thing on the screen is white, emanating a sterile aura. These two worlds, these two atmospheres, feel like two different planets. What the audience doesn't know at this point is that these two opening scenes of the film take place in the same house. The woman's name is Alma. She meets Reynolds for the first time working as a waitress in a restaurant in the English countryside. The morning is cold, sending its chill through the windows. You can almost feel the wind blowing in from the sea. Reynolds, however, seems at home in this environment. He orders a breakfast for Alma. She is wearing an attractive pink dress. The color is something new here, like tropical fruit in a northern forest. He asks her out. She agrees. In the evening, Reynolds takes Alma to his summer house. He's a renowned dressmaker, and taking Alma's measurements is a part of the date. His working place is in the attic. The lamp that dissects skinny Alma in her lingerie is cold, methodical, unveiling. It operates as an experienced doctor would, examining her body, making her uncomfortable. This is Reynolds' territory, no doubt. I don't want to spoil the rest of the story, so let's take a look at its colors. Because it is a battle. The film fluctuates between two tones, creating a mesmerizing extra layer to the story. Warm colors are Alma's colors, cold colors are Reynolds's. And the colors breathe in a dance-like rhythm, to the extent where we, the audience, can see in which precise moments power is shifting. We perceive it when Alma invites Reynolds into her own comfort zone, and how he's uneasy within it, and how deeply she's hurt by his defensiveness in that situation. We can feel Reynolds' alienation in the space of wildness and passion in the gigantic, colorful wave of balloons, making his posture a mere crumbled silhouette. And then we may come to the realization that the warm atmosphere of the first scene of the film is not only that of a perfect living room, it is not only the coziness or the feeling of heat coming from the fireplace. It is Alma, and fire can be dangerous too. Pay attention to how many fire sources there are in the film. Notice the main color that Alma is wearing in the film, and that her color sometimes also happens to diffuse over Reynolds. Is it a moment of peace between them, or perhaps a silence before the storm? And Reynolds is surrounded by the cold light. In his all-white working clothes, he nervously protects himself from anything that's warm. He feels comfortable in the cold. The unsuspected sudden appearance of warmth in his life creates tension. Little cracks appear in his protective shield. And with each encounter, the cracks widen. Because what is a relationship really about, in its purest sensual form. It is not the fairy tale that most summer rom-coms are trying to sell to us, for sure. For it is a constant fight, a never-ending shifting of the places of power. By agreeing on starting a relationship, two people simultaneously agree on opening up and eventually encircling each other in their comfort zones. Sometimes one ends up in the area of the second person. Sometimes it is the opposite. And sometimes the two comfort zones, the two colors, coexist at the same moment, at the same time. These are moments of understanding, coming to terms, coming to a realization. We could watch this film with a sound off and it would remain emotionally coherent. The story of Alma and Reynolds is crafted to such a masterful degree that it becomes an instinctive experience, a potent revisiting of what it means to share everything, every little aspect of your world and personality with another person. After all, the film may even not have one main hero. The story starts with Alma, by the chimney, telling her story to us. Reynolds is but a character in her own tale. He might become our main character, if we are willing to accepting him as one. And the same holds with Alma. The colors of the story urge us to shift our attention from words that are always somewhere else, which never quite mean what they are purport to the real hero of the story, to the fragile and ever-changing emotions beneath. And that is what I wanted you to see in Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread. Hi, I am Kuba, and you are in my Move the Mind. Firstly, huge thanks to Andrew Tomlinson, the nicest creature to ever grace the earth, for kindly helping me out with my poor English. Paul Thomas Anderson is definitely my favorite director out there, so I simply had to start it all with his film. Also, this is the first video essay I did in my whole life, so I am both super stressed and super excited for your thoughts on it. If you liked it, please leave a thumb up and subscribe to this channel, and if you didn't, then tell me why in the comments below. And above all, feel free to hang out in my Move the Mind more. The season's new episodes go live once in 2 weeks. A jeżeli mam przyjemność z rodakiem, podziękuję Ci, widzu, w naszym ojczystym języku. Piękne dzięki za czas, który mi poświęciłeś lub poświęciłaś. Tak samo proszę o kciuka w górę, komentarz i zasubskrybowanie mojego poruszonego umysłu. Poruszajmy nasze umysły wspólnie trochę dłużej. A przede wszystkim zapraszam na kolejny odcinek sezonu. Świeżutki odcinek punktualnie co 2 tygodnie.